Well, the situation at the UK borders could have been avoided if the British government had reacted quicker to news of the new virus strain. That is one of the views of Sir David King. He's a former chief scientific advisor to the UK government, who I spoke to earlier.
So far, we have nearly 70,000 deaths from COVID-19 in the UK. In terms of the number of deaths per 100,000 people, perhaps the highest in the world. We have, once again, we're heading towards a complete UK lockdown. And so it's a disaster for our economy as well. And this new virus has emerged here in England, probably down in London, probably because of the density of the virus here in the UK. This was all allowed to happen in the first months of this year, when we had really wonderful news from China. The publication in the British journal, The Lancet, on January 23rd, contained all the information we needed for urgent action. And I'm afraid the government didn't take the action necessary.
Now, as you mentioned, you were the chair of the independent SAGE group. It was set up in response to concerns about the real SAGE group. Scientists that advise the government, do you think the SAGE group is doing a good job? And more importantly, do you think the government is actually listening?
On the 3rd of this month, the SAGE group, and the minutes are only just out, the transparency is very poor on this. The SAGE group advised the government very strongly to put the country back into a form of lockdown. They wanted to limit the Christmas break at that point. The Prime Minister had announced 5 free days across the whole of the United Kingdom. So they wanted to limit it because they said, this will be very dangerous. This disease is taking off again. But the government took no notice. And even last Wednesday, 2 days before the Prime Minister completely shut down on Christmas, in Parliament, the Prime Minister harangued the Leader of the Opposition for even suggesting that we would have to shut down on Christmas. So I think what you see is too little, too late, and too badly done throughout.